family, friends, fellow gamers, educators, and students. Welcome to Grumpy Gnome Gaming. I am Grumpy Gnome. Let's get some grump on. Baldur's Gate, baby. Here we go. Single player. Boom. Let's go ahead. And we are going to create our own party here. So I have pre-generated some characters. So let's go ahead and get into new game. Boom. And we are going to create a party. Boom. So our first protagonist is going to be Gracious Goldtooth. And he is right here. And we'll get to know these characters a little bit better in the beginning of our game. His appearance, I'm going to leave that. Do I want to leave it the way it is? Yeah, why not? We can always change it in-game if we need to. So let's go ahead and leave that the way it is. He is going to have Andrew's voice, which is...
I grow weary.
So anyway, that's going to be his voice, and his name is Gracious Goldtooth. There is number one. Accept. Okay, second one in line is going to be Goldfag Maneater. So I'm going to go character file. We're going to come down to Mr. Goldfag right there. Pull him up. And if you guys haven't figured it out yet, yeah, there is a little play on Warhammer Fantasy in this. In particular, the Ogre Kingdoms. So here we go. Let's go. You are going to be a brute voice.
Get over here. Right then, I'm in charge.
Yeah, there we go. So, done. His name is Goldfag Maneater. And done. Accept. Number 3 in line is going to be our cleric. So, import, and we're going to character file, and our cleric is actually Raven Nightbringer. Boom. She is not a Warhammer character. She is a creation of mine. And we're going to go ahead and do a done there. And her appearance is going to be, guess that's good enough for the government. Done there. She is going to have a female scholarly voice.
Your doom approaches.
Yeah, that sounds pretty on spot. And her name, Raven Nightbringer. Done. And accept. Number 4, our thief. And this is going to be Jared the Red. And Jared the Red is right here. Boom. And his appearance kind of made him kind of darkish, because that's going to be something that's coming later in the game. We're done. And his voice, what did I use for him? I think... Did I use Trent?
Take them down!
Very well. I will lead. I will be sharper once I've rested. Are we to stand around all day?
I think this was
there
my
are better
voice.
uses of my time.
I think this was my voice for him. His name, Jared the Red. We're done. And then finally, we're bringing a shaman into our group. Or a shaman. However you want to pronounce this. So we're going to import in... Where is she? Bruja Deathcaller. And... There's old Bruja. She is going to have... Oh, her appearance. I guess that's good enough for her. And she's got the female elderly voice.
Death will come swiftly for you. There are none more capable for this position.
So, welcome. And her name is Bruja Deathcaller. Boom. Accept. And that actually is our party. Notice I've left the 6 space open. That is so we can easily interact with some of the NPCs in this game, of which we will be taking none of them. The only reason I would take an NPC in the game is to complete the NPC's side quest, and then we will dump the NPC after we're done abusing them. So, let's get into this. I'm going to play on core rules, and I'm actually going to leave it on core because we're not going to be memorizing any spells because we have no spellcasters in our group. Venture forth. Fasten your seatbelts.
Nestled atop the cliffs that rise from the Sword Coast, the citadel of Candlekeep houses the finest and most comprehensive collection of writings on the face of Farron. It is an imposing fortress, kept in strict isolation from the intrigues that occasionally plague the rest of the Forgotten Realms. It is secluded, highly regimented, and it is home. Within these hallowed halls of knowledge, your story begins. You have spent most of your 20 years of life within this keep's austere walls, under the tutelage of the sage Gorion. Acting as your father, he has raised you on 1,000 tales of heroes and monsters, lovers and infidels, battles and tragedies. However, one story was always left untold, that of your true heritage. You have been told that you are an orphan, but your past is largely unknown. Lately, Gorion has been growing distant from you, as if some grave matter weighs heavily on his heart. You have asked about his concerns as gently as possible, but your queries have been in vain. Your sole comfort is the knowledge that he is a wise man, and you know he will tell you when the time is right. Nonetheless, his silence is troubling, and you cannot help but feel that something is terribly wrong. Today, Gorion has appeared more agitated than ever, and now he has uncharacteristically interrupted your chores in the middle of the day, imparting hurried instructions for you to equip yourself for travel. He has handed you what gold he can spare, but given no clue as to why. Nevertheless, you now stand before the Candlekeep Inn, ready to purchase what you need for an unplanned and unexpected journey.
Okay, awesome. Let's get into this. Boom. So here we are at the Candlekeep Inn. This is our awesome party of adventurers right here. And the first thing we're going to do is grab everybody and get into the game. Now, spoiler number 1. Firebead Elvenhair over here. He is actually going to be our first quest of the game. And if you are familiar with Baldur's Gate, you already know this one. And that is, if you speak to Firebead 30 times, he will actually dump on you an additional 300 gold pieces. I was debating if I wanted to go into this thing fully equipped or if I wanted to rely on things that we pick up along the way. And I think what we're going to do is we are going to choose the option of purchasing our armor and weaponry straight out, because as soon as we leave Candlekeep, I want to start clearing the regions. That way we don't have to go back to them later on in the game. So the first thing that we're going to go ahead and do is talk to him. And as long as your entire party is selected, it will always choose the first character in your party who is the protagonist. And as long as we're talking about that, I should give you some character introductions here. So, this is Grecius Goldtooth. Now, Grecius is a level 1 barbarian. His stats are strength of 19, dexterity 18, constitution 19, intelligence 9, wisdom 9. He's a half-orc. What do you expect? but his charisma is 18. And this comes from being a natural leader. In this game, reputation does not solely rely on how good you are. Reputation in this game is more determined upon your leadership characteristic. And so, even though we are neutral evil, as you can see down here, in fact, our entire party is neutral evil, we're not necessarily going to be doing every evil thing in the book, because the one thing that we value more than crumping people on the head is building our reputation. And so if you need an example of that, and I'll point it out to it when we get to it, Czar. Czar is a chaotic evil mage. He's a necromancer who we're going to meet in this episode, but you'll notice his dialogue and his exchanges are friendly. So just because you're evil does not mean that you're going to attack everybody in the game. It's more of how intelligently you play the game. And because of the things that we want to purchase later in the game, having a high reputation is actually going to get us discounts, which strategically is beneficial to us. So we may deviate from being goody two-shoes, but where we can be a little bit firm, I'll probably be firm. Anyway, Grecius is proficient with a warhammer, which there actually is an awesome warhammer in this game, and he's proficient with a longbow. Every one of my characters has a melee weapon and a ranged weapon, because common sense tells us that if you can take somebody down from a distance, do it. There's no need to get face to face with somebody just to prove how tough you are. Okay, that's Grecius. Second one, Goldfag Maneater. He is a level 1 fighter, and I'm probably not gonna buff him out, like take him up to 5 proficiency slots, which we could do in weapon proficiency, because I do need him to be proficient in a few different weapons. So we will get to that as we get to that. His strength is a 19, dexterity 18, constitution 19. You're starting to see a pattern right here. Intelligence, he's got an 11. His wisdom is 11. Why is he a little bit higher here? Because Goldfag is actually well traveled. He has gone to different regions in the Forgotten Realms. He's met different races. He's interacted with different creatures. So he's got a little bit of street smarts in this game. But his charisma is only 10. So I wouldn't necessarily call him a leader, but he's a good follower to have. His proficiencies are with a longsword, with a flail, and with a long bow. Now, you're going to notice a lot of our proficiencies are going to also include a bladed weapon and a blunt weapon. And the reason for the blunt weapon is because skeletons are resistant to piercing and slashing weapons. So to crush a skeleton, you gotta have a blunt weapon. He is a male half-orc fighter. He is also neutral evil. Next comes Raven Nightbringer. She is a priest of Talus, level 1. Talus is actually an evil deity in the game. And so she is a priest of the evil deity. She is a female half-orc, and she is also neutral evil. Her proficiencies are with a mace. Once again, there's the blunt weapon. and with a sling. Jared the Red. He is our thief. Oh, we never looked at her stats. She also has 19, 18, 19 here. And this is where you guys stop me and you say, wait a second, only fighters can have constitution of greater than 16. But I am going to debunk you right now and say that is not accurate, because I kick my people up to a 19 constitution for one reason and one reason only. I don't want them to get fatigued in their travels. And the higher constitution allows you to travel much further before fatigue kicks in. Her intelligence is a 9, but her wisdom is an 18. And that's maximum for a priest. And her charisma is an average 10 also. Now comes Jared the Red. He's a level 1 thief. His strength, once again, we're following pattern here. Intelligence 10, wisdom 10. His charisma is an 11. Maybe he's got that one extra point of charisma just because he likes to sweet talk people. He's kind of my snake oil salesperson here. He is a male half-orc thief. He's neutral evil. And one important thing I did with Jared the Red was I dumped all of his starting points. And what I mean by that are these attributes here he has for thieving into open locks. And I'm going to show you where that's going to be beneficial here in the first episode. He is proficient with, come on, where are your weapon proficiencies? Dun, 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 dun. There we go. He's got the dagger and he's got a short bow. So once again, he's got a melee weapon and he has a ranged weapon. He will not be getting into hand-to-hand with any skeletons. He'll be staying in the back, and he's just going to let his short bow take off 1 point of damage to the skeleton every time it hits. No big deal. So he is basically long-range support until he gets up in level, where the next weapon he's actually going to become proficient with is a +2 two-handed sword. Spoiler. And then the dagger that he is actually going to be after is the dagger of venom. So he will be dual wielding the two-handed sword, not the two-handed sword, the +2 short sword and the dagger of venom. It's Jared the Red. And finally, Bruja Deathcaller. She is a level 1 shaman or shaman. She has 19, 18, 19, so you do see the pattern. 9 intelligence. I did have a few points to throw around, so I just kicked up her wisdom a little bit. I believe 13 is the minimum wisdom she can have. So I gave her another point of wisdom. Doesn't benefit anything in the game. But I did take 1 away from her charisma because I guess that's a face only a mother can love. She is a female half-orc shaman or shaman, neutral evil. And her proficiencies are with the quarterstaff. She's going to be my Yoda of the group. And her ranged weapon, which she is going to specialize in, is her sling. I do not intend on getting her into hand-to-hand combat. So that is our group. You know what? Let's get into it. So the first thing we're going to do here is we're going to have a talk with Firebead. And we're going to get that extra 300.
Decent folk nowadays.
We're going to get that additional 300 from him, but this is the quest that he puts us on. He wants us to go into the square, the common ground, and get a identify scroll from Tethtoril. So, okay, we can do that. Now, let's go ahead and have our conversation. There was one
So hard to find
2,
decent folk
3,
nowadays.
4,
So hard to find
5,
decent
6,
folk
7,
nowadays.
8,
So hard to
9,
find decent
10,
folk
11,
nowadays. So
12,
hard to find
13,
decent
14,
folk nowadays.
15,
So
16,
hard to find
17,
decent folk
18,
nowadays.
19,
So
20,
hard to find
1,
decent
2,
folk nowadays.
3,
So
4,
hard to find
5,
decent folk
6,
nowadays.
7, 8,
So hard to
9,
find decent folk
10.
nowadays.
And there is our 300 gold. Now, Jared,
Yes?
there's a chest
I'll
over
do
here.
it.
What are you going to do? You're going to do what you do best. Actually, before I go any further, I want to set scripts because I don't play with scripts. So we're going to go into customize. We're going to go into script. He has none. That is actually a good place for him to be. Actually, what I would like to do is get everybody on ranged. But you know what? I'm going to go with none, and we are going to micro manage our people. Because the last thing I want them doing is casting spells willy-nilly. Okay, no, I want Goldfag, and we're going to customize script. We're going to put you on none. Perfect. We're going to Gracious. We're going to go to scripts. You're going to be on none. And we're going to go done. Done. And then we're going to go down to Raven. And we're going to go to customize scripts. And she's on none. Good. Done. Done. Go to Bruja. And we're going to customize scripts. None. Perfect. Good. Okay, now back into the game. So one thing we could do, if our find and detect traps were at a higher level, we can actually do this detecting traps on this chest, and it will come up as a trapped chest. But because I dumped all of my points into open locks, we're not going to see it. However, we can still get into this chest without setting off the trap. It is locked. Thieving skills, unlocked. And I don't know if you caught that or not, but we got a 10 experience points for opening the lock. There's two ways to open locks in this game. Number one is with a thief, in which case you will get 10 experience points every time you open a lock. Another way to do it is to bash it open with strength. Now, if you bash a lock open, there's no experience gained. So always, always use a thief to open locks. It's only 10 experience, but you do it 10 times, there's 100. Now, I think there was something else I was going to say. Detecting and disarming a trap gets you 25 experience points. So there's your benefit for that. We're going to go into here. There's going to be a dagger. Right now, every point counts. Every gold piece we get. This right here, this is a noble. Personally, I have a very high distaste for nobles in this game, and you'll soon discover that. So what we're going to do is we're going to send our charismatic leader,
What?
Gracious, to have a talk with him.
No time to chit-chat.
Okay, step up to the heat, young one. You'll need a good fire to warm the chill stares of those monks. Most inhospitable they are. Isn't it so, lovely? And this, of course, is his wife or mistress. You know, I wouldn't be surprised. And, yeah, so the monks that he's talking about are all these green cloaked individuals. They're the tutors in the game. If you're unfamiliar with the game, you'll talk to them and learn the basics on how to play this. So, Now, I'm not going to read all of this verbatim. You can go ahead and pause. But here I'm going to choose the third dialogue. Oh, I would not let it concern you, my lady. Perhaps they are not used to wealth such as yours. You are quite wealthy, are you not? And, you know, actually, this can kind of play into that neutral evil thing. Like, hey, you are wealthy, aren't you? And bring a lot of expensive jewelry with you. So it's like, where are we going with this? So here. Oh, and then she says, perhaps it was. I may have looked as though we were showing off. I'm going back to lock up my jewelry in the room. And he's all, capital idea, lovely. Perhaps I'll do the same. So they're going to leave us. And they're going to go up to their room. And they're going to lock their jewelry away. I'm glad they took our hint. And now what we're going to do is we're going to take both Grecius and our thief.
If you insist.
And we're going to follow them. I know the suspense is adding up here. So the first thing we're going to do is grab Jared. And Jared is going to go ahead and
Very well.
go through a couple chests. There's some 4 gold there. He's going to come out to this one. It's locked. Always pick the lock if you can, which is that button there. Pick a lock, 10 more experience. Get a necklace, come over here. Locked. Let's go ahead and pick it. 10 more experience. There's that. Come over here. And what we're going to do is we're going into this room here, which is the room of the nobles. Now, you need at least a 65 ability score to pick this chest right here, which we have, which is why we dumped all of our points into open locks. So we're going to open this. It says locked. Come here. These are the jewels that those nobles traveled with. Now what we're going to do is bring Grecius around to this room.
Indeed.
And you'll see that there's another noble here. It's not a good idea to pick a lock or break into a chest when somebody is watching you. So, what do you do when somebody is watching you? You make them stop watching. So I'm going to go down to my bare fist. I'm going to go into the red attack mode, and I'm just going to clock this guy to knock him out. Before I do this, I'm going to quick save, just in case we miss. And of course we did not. He goes down unconsciously, and then Grecius gets out of there. Now that the noble is unconscious,
Your command? I hear you.
Jared's coming in. He's going to get into this chest. And there are the nobles things. There is another noble up here, but there's no other chests that we can interact with. So we're just going to leave it at that. One thing I haven't tried yet was...
Give me a task. Fine.
I don't know if this is going to work or not. In fact, it would probably be to our best interest to get out of here before he wakes up. But just for fun, I'm going to try this out because I haven't done this ever before. I'm going to quick save. I'm going to try to knock this guy out. And he goes down. And now...
Speak.
I'm going to bring Jared over here. Come on, guys. Pass each other. There you go. I'm going to bring Jared in here just to see if he can pickpocket this guy. Pickpocket failed. Pickpocket failed. Yeah, we might not... Okay, nothing can come of somebody from our skill level. Okay, so in other words, it ain't gonna happen. That's all right.
Yes.
Let's
It will
get
be
out of here
done.
before they wake up. Oh my God, he's awake. Did he call the guards? It doesn't appear so. Okay, so now we're pretty much done with this area here. The last thing we're going to
What
do
is your will?
is we're going to gather
Fine.
around Winthrop here, and we are going to equip ourselves. So here we go. Let's have a talk with Winthrop. And this is the most classic line of the entire game right here. Oops. Come on, guys. Let Grecius in there.
My hotel's as clean as an elven arse.
So his hotel is as clean as an elven arse. Kids, if you have no idea what he's talking about, ask your parents. So hello there, young one. Come to visit your old pal, and there's an emphasis on old pal Winthrop. Heavy. Well, don't forget the 10,000 gold piece entrance fee per Candlekeep custom, don't you know? So this guy is a joker. He likes to joke around and stuff like that. The reason I put an emphasis on old pal is, remember, we spent most of our youth in Candlekeep. So we already know everybody here. And there's no reason to be rude or cruel to anybody. Sure, if we want to be an ass, we can. I know there's a rated R word. That's outrageous. What kind of fool do you take me for? Why would I say that to somebody who's having fun with us that we know? You're always the big kidder. It gets funnier every time I hear it. Or we can choose this little wimpy answer. I fear I don't have that kind of entry fee with me. Well, I know he's a joker. So even though we are evil, we're going to go along with him. Yeah, man, you're the big kidder. So anyway, what do you got available? And here we go. The shopping spree begins. We don't need a room, and we're not going to go to the bar to hear any rumors. We're going straight into weapons and armor. Now, this guy here, I do know that I am, spoiler alert, going to get a Warhammer in Candlekeep, so I'm not going to buy one. What I will buy for him, though, is his armor already. So he's going to get the best armor he sells, which is Splint. So we're going to purchase Splint. I'm also going to, spoiler, purchase one order of bolts. And that's going to be for a quest that we're going to be given. Oh, a little bird feather flying around. Okay, do I want a shield for this guy? No. But I do want a helmet. And you know what? I think I will get a shield. Why? I don't know. But doggone it. And I only want one. Thank you for offering me more. So now he's got armor, shield, and helmet. Notice he has no other weapon than the quarterstaff that he started with. And we're just going to leave it at that. I mean, one thing I could already do if I wanted to was purchase a longbow, because Goldfag is going to get this one. You know what? I take that back. Grecius is getting the composite, and I may as well go ahead and already get him his entire allotment of arrows. So 12 is the magic number, and 12 will actually fill our quiver. We've got 3 quivers. Each one holds 80 arrows. That will fill our quiver. And you know what? He's done. So he's going to spend a total of 283 gold. We're going to buy it. Boom. And that now shows up in his inventory. Next. Goldfag. Goldfag, we're already going to get him his arrows since we're on this page. There's the 12. Get them. We're going to come up here and get him a longbow, which is right there. We're going to get him... Do we want to get him a long sword right away? I don't think so, because you know what? No. Because he's going to find a longsword soon enough. So we don't need to get him a longsword. And this is where I start getting real selective in what I purchase. Sometimes I do these runs without purchasing anything and just picking stuff up as we go. But there are certain things you cannot pick up in the game. For instance, the slings. You got to buy those straight out. So he's getting the next best armor, which is the chainmail. A shield, I'm going to get him the blue one. That's here. Notice I'm getting a different color for each one. And we're going to get him a helmet also. So he should be done. He's paying 1 point more. That's interesting. Because I don't know what he's paying 1 point more for. I wonder if his... No, the cost didn't go up on anything. Okay, good enough. You know what? We'll buy it. It's not like we don't have the money, so let's buy it. Next comes Raven. And she is going to get... Well, they're the bullets. So let's go ahead and get, you guessed it, 12 of those. She is going to have a sling, which is right there. And do we want to get her a mace right away? Probably not, since she's going to be solely ranged attacks until she gets where she needs to be. She will get some armor, and she'll get this nice wooden shield looking thing here because she's kind of cleric-y. And she also will get a helmet. The helmet helps against... It avoids critical hits. So she's going to buy those. Jared the Red, he's going to be minimal. We'll get him studded leather, even though we're going to find some very soon on in the game. I am going to get him more arrows because, spoiler, he is going to get arrows in the game. So 10 is his number. And let's see, he's going to get the short bow. He's going to get armor. And there's actually... I think that's going to be it for him. He's not getting a shield and he cannot use a helmet. The dagger that he's going to get is going to come on very early in the game as well. So he's good to go. Wow, he's expensive, 38 gold. But you know what? That's all he needs right now. And then Bruja, she is going to get a sling. She is going to get bullets. And 12 is the magic number. And what else? I think we'll get her some studded leather. And there is a small, actually there's a buckler shield that she will be getting, but not from here. And she can wear a helmet. So we will get her a helmet as well. Okay, buy it. And now everything we have just done serves absolutely no purpose if you don't equip your people. So let's go ahead and deal with Grecius first. There's a shield. It'll go to the right place. Helm goes to the right place. Armor. Nope. Arrows. Armor. Boom. There we go. Arrows are going to fill the quivers. And the bow is going to go right there. And for the time being, anything in Candlekeep that he needs to do, he can actually do it with these two weapons. The reason... God, I don't know if I want to get into this right now. The reason the quarterstaff is valuable in the beginning of this game is because, spoiler alert, the initial theme to this game, storyline, is that there is an iron shortage because the iron coming out of the mines is tainted. So it crumbles real easy. And if you have a wooden weapon has no iron in it, so it's not going to break on you. If you have any type of a metal weapon, like a sword or an axe, you're risking that weapon breaking. So initially, this is good until we start getting our proficiency weapons. And finally, once we start getting magic weapons, the magic weapons are not affected by the iron tainting. Okay, here we go. Helmet, equip. Chainmail, equip. Shield, equip. Arrows, yes. 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 And yes. He's ready to go. Raven, helmet. Boom. There we go. Chainmail. There's that. Bullets. Bullets. See, the bullets are filling the quivers up here. And then sling. Boom. Awesome. She's ready to go. Jared the Red. Armor. There's that. There's that. Actually, I want to put that over there. This is just me being anal. Fill that one. He's got a few things to sell, so we'll get to that. And for spells, Bruja is our spell caddy. She can't use any of them, but we'll sell those. That's one of the downfalls with this party right here is we will have no magic users in the game. Mages, call them what you want, but we got a decent party here. Trust me on that. Any of the scrolls that we pick up, that's going to help fund our better magic items earlier in the game, and we'll get to that later too. So right now, and finally Bruja and armor. Helmet. There's that. There's that. There's that. And there's that. Now, I'm just going to put these over in the first slot here, just to be clean about it. All right. Do we want to sell stuff? Yeah, let's sell what we can now. And the reason I want to sell stuff now is so that we got more empty slots to pick stuff up.
My hotel's as clean as an elven arse.
Admit it, you guys wanted to hear that again. So here we go. Do you have anything to sell? No. Do you have anything to sell? No. No. Yes. Sell it. Sell it. Look at the Star Sapphire, 1,000. This was found in the Noble's chest. Sell it. Pearl necklace, 500. Opal. These three items right here came from those Nobles. If we did not have that 65 in open lock, we would not have gotten those. And the Flame Dance, this came from the Noble that we knocked out. Boom. So, sell them. And all of a sudden, our 208 gold pieces goes up to a whopping 2,026 gold. She's got 2 spells here, but Winthrop doesn't want them. So we're going to have to wait till we get to the friendly arm in to sell those. All right. We're done here for now. Let's start our chores.
Very well.
We're leaving. So, Grecius is the initial foster child of Gorion, who you can say, fathered. Didn't father him, but more on that later, a lot later in the game. But the way I'm spinning our storyline here is that Grecius is the foster child, but in all of our years of upbringing in Candlekeep, we befriended this little party of half-orcs here to kind of join our entourage. And so that's kind of our spin. So because we travel as a party, I'm taking them with me on our quest. Okay, this is the, is it going to tell me or do I got to click? Barracks. Okay, in here, you'll find Fuller. Fuller is the captain of the guard, and he is actually going to send us on an errand.
Simple enough.
I should have joined the army.
Ugh, what a mead-filled night that hull was, just too much. Poor sap. He went to the gate without his sword. Anyway, is there anything I can do for you at the time? So that's down here. And he's going to say, errands? Yeah, actually, I need a quarrel of crossbow bolts. Go get some from Winthrop. Remember, we already purchased them. So we're going to go ahead and click on him again. And one thing that we're going to discuss in this is charisma-based rewards. This actually is a charisma-based reward. I never mentioned it when we talked to those nobles, but you also have to have, I've always done it with an 18 charisma. If somebody wants to debunk me and say that a 17 will also get it for us, you know what? Comment on this, type it into chat, let everybody know that 17 charisma might work, but I know for sure that an 18 charisma will get the first noble couple to take their jewelry upstairs. And from Fuller,
I should have joined the army.
he gives us a dagger. Now, this is a special dagger because it is a magic dagger. Anytime you see the blue hue around an item, that means it is a unidentified magic item. I already know what this is. It is a +1 dagger. If you don't know what it does, do not equip it on your person because there are cursed items in the game. So, I've tried this already, giving it to every person to see if they can identify it, and nobody in my party has a lore high enough to identify the dagger. But because Jared is proficient with the dagger, this is now going to become his main weapon. See, right now with the quarterstaff, he needs a 20 to hit. Once we give him a dagger, now he needs a 16 to hit. So that is how much that has benefited him because of his proficiency. Any potions I get, my cleric is always my potion caddy. So Bruja, the shaman, is my spell caddy. She carries all the unusable spells that we get. And Raven up here, my cleric, she carries all of the potions for us. Also, this dagger, like we discussed, will not break. So he can actually use this straight away. All right. That quest is complete. Let's go ahead and go to this chest over here. And these are where Hull's belongings are. So we're going to grab his sword. Let's see if it tells us. Hull's longsword and an antidote. Now, it's early on in the game, and we're not going to see any other longswords. But here is a little tip for you. There are certain items in this game that are going to appear to be normal, but they actually have a quest behind them. If you want to prevent yourself from accidentally selling a quest item, for instance, Hull's longsword, Perdue's short sword, Colquette's amulet, equip those items on your character. Take the longsword, put it into an empty slot. And the reason you do that is now when you go to sell stuff at the inn or the storekeeper, it doesn't appear to be an item that you can sell. Antidote, I'm going to put it right there so I don't accidentally sell it, which I won't because it's going to be used shortly. And we're done here.
Speak fine.
Get out of here. I'm sorry this is a slow game for those of you that
Simple
know it.
enough.
But in case this is a new game for you, I kind of hope you appreciate the monologue. There's nothing in here. There is 15 gold here, which we'll pick up after we go here. Now, this is the bunkhouse, so we are going in. And I'm going to show you two different things here. Let's go in.
Give me a task.
And then pause. Immediately. Come on. Let's go in, people. Come on. Half-orcs are big people. So, if you're having trouble getting your party in,
very well.
Simply pull them back and then have them retry. Maybe they'll be a little more civilized. There we go. Now this dude here, there's two ways we can approach this. Number one, Carbos. We don't know who Carbos is. And you'll soon see that in his dialogue. And I'm actually going to let him get his first words out. But then you'll see why I trigger into attack mode. Just by what he says. Now, any other time I'm playing this by myself, I normally just drop him on the spot without even beginning the dialogue. But for the game, we will listen to what he says.
I have a blade with your name on it.
So there's that. So anytime somebody's going to come up to you, I have a blade with your name on it. Yeah, you know they're not up to any good. We're going to give him the rudest answer we can here. So you're Gorian's little whelp, aren't you? Yeah, you match the description. You don't look so dangerous to me. What business is that of yours? I am. Do I know you? Or I am his child, if that's what you mean. Now, what business is that of yours? Boom. I'll make it my business. I just thought I'd have a look at you before I put a blade in your gullet. Okay, so anyway, he's going to turn hostile. Game's going to pause. And now you can micromanage all of your attacks. Boom. So obviously, most of the attacks that we have are ranged. So
what is your will?
He is not going to use whole sword because the last thing I want to do is break his sword and not complete that quest. But he's going to go to his quarterstaff and he's going to engage him in hand to hand. Everybody else has...
Quickly, now.
Well, he's got that. You know what? Let's try something out of fun. Let's see if we can backstab him. I don't even think we're going to get into contact with him. But...
I hear you.
I got a feeling he's going to be dropped before Jared even gets to him. You're going to use your sling, you're going to use your bow, and you're going to use
now what?
Your sling. Here we go.
What?
He's going to drop fast. Yeah, there he goes. And he's down. I don't know what or who hit him. It was... Oh, wow. Everybody got the first attack in. And Raven, wow, the cleric, dropped him with 11 damage. Way to go, Raven. So, he does have a little dagger on him. Once you start getting into things that have multiple droppings on the floor, you click this triangle or this little diamond right here, and then this shows you all of the available items in the area. We'll pick it up because we'll sell that later. And that's the only thing of interest in that room.
Fine.
Get our 15 gold there. And now we're heading to the infirmary.
Our rules are very strict.
Okay. Hello there. I thought I should tell you Garion's been looking to talk to you. Okay. And all of his friends. Look at that. So he knows that we've already got friends. If we were playing a game with only a single protagonist and no other party members, that gate warden would offer us a tutorial on multiple combats with multi-party members, but we don't need it. Okay, we're going to talk to this priest down here. He's going to offer us a he's going to offer us a potion of healing.
These walls contain the world's knowledge.
Here's something a lot of my kids in school say. So you're sick, huh? You don't look sick to me, but you know what? Got to send them to the nurse anyway. But you never can tell. So here you go. Do you need any potions? Yeah, I'd like a potion. Now, we could also pick
something on your mind.
This chest here, but chances are greater than not that you are going to get caught pickpocket, breaking into this chest, in which case they will call the guards. So we're just going to ignore it. All you're going to get is another potion of healing. So here's Karen, or yeah, I guess you can call her a Karen, him. So you should watch yourselves carefully. There's been some strange men asking about Grecius. And of course, one of them was Carbos that we just took out. And that's all we're doing here. Let's go.
Simple enough.
Okay, right up here, we're going to find Hull. And remember, we have his antidote and we have his sword. Hey kid, woke up this morning, left my sword in the barracks. If you wanted to go get it for me. This is another charisma-based quest here. We've already got it. See, as you can tell, we're going counterclockwise, which means that we're basically going to do all the quests as soon as we get to them, rather than if we go clockwise, then we have to go back to the inn or go back to wherever it is to complete it. So if you know what you're doing in this game, you will go counterclockwise. Anyway, here we go. I think Dreppen needs, for old Nessa, that is the antidote. So he's telling us, get his sword, get the antidote. We already did, so we're going to talk to him again. Thanks, kiddo. Garain didn't bring you up half bad, did he? You're a lucky one. And so he's going to give us 20 gold, which is actually more than he would give somebody with a lower charisma. So we're all done with that.
Speak.
And you'll notice he did take his sword. Even though we had his sword equipped, he still got his sword.
If you insist.
Riva. We're going to talk to Riva. This is probably the most generous person in all of Candlekeep. And yes, there was sarcasm in that.
By Moradin's hammer!
I thought I asked you to clean up the rats in the building yesterday already. Hop to it. Get in there. All right. So here we go. We're going to go into here. But before we go in, I'm going to equip everybody with their quarterstaff.
I prefer to work in the dark.
I do not want to attack.
Give me a task.
My own
You right.
party member.
What must I do?
Not advised. Okay, now that everybody is equipped with their hand weapons,
Yes.
now we can go into the storeroom.
Very well.
And you got these 5 rats running around. And here's a little thing that a lot of people like to point out here. You got 2 cats in this game, or in this room. You got a cat right here, and you got another cat right up here. Why can't the cats get the rats? I'm not being judgmental. Just saying. So anyway, I think these 2 are going to take this one out. You can handle this one on your own, and then these 2 down here can take this one out. And there's a good start.
Death will come swiftly for you.
I shall prevail.
And it's nice that they automatically go to, well, except for Grecius for some reason. I guess he does not want to participate.
What?
And the only thing of interest in here is the silver ring. Now, in this enhanced edition, if you hit the tab button, that will highlight all the areas that you can interact with. So in this room, there's actually 3 things. You got a barrel, a crate, and another, is that a barrel down there? But, however, this barrel here is the only thing that has anything in it. That's empty, and that's empty. So now that we've got rid of the rats, we're going to go back and talk to our generous dwarf Reaver.
It will be done.
Moradin's hammer.
And he gives us 5 gold pieces for the glorious battle unlike any in this world has ever seen. The rats. So, thank you, Reaver, for your generosity. This dude here, if we talk to him, he will teach us single-handed combat with 1 person. You don't need it. If you want to get some potions, you want to raise your reputation, you can go to the priest or the temple over here of Agma. We're not going to go there, but you would talk to the priest. I guess this is him right here. He looks like a tutor. He is a tutor. Yeah, I don't see the priest over here. But there's got to be one around here somewhere that you can talk. There he is. And what the priest offers, just like any priest in this game...
These walls contain the world's knowledge.
The reason he says that is because Candlekeep is actually a giant citadel library. What do you have to offer? So he can give you heals and he can cure things. Donation, if you need to have your reputation raised, because once you fall under a certain reputation, then the mercenaries and the town guard will start to hunt you down because you're a menace to the area. You can buy antidotes or potions, and the scroll, this one here, is going to be important later in the game. Or, like our magic dagger, we can identify items, which we're not going to do. So that is how a temple
Give me a tap. Very well.
is used. Okay, our next stop is over here with Dreppen. And the funny thing is, when you talk to Dreppen, he's going to tell you that Philidia has left a book in the hay over here. And I guess I'm kind of curious as to what Philidia was doing in the hay. But we're going to keep this rated PG, so we're not going to go any further than that. So we're going to go get her. Well, we could talk to Dreppen first.
What do you need?
And there we go. Philidia left one of her books here again in the hay besides there. Go run it back to her. And then he's got other plans for us. So technically what we would do here is we would get the book and end the dialogue. Get the book, run it to Philidia, come back to Dreppen, only to find out
What do you need?
that now Nessa the cow here isn't feeling very well, and she needs an antidote, which we have to go get from Hull in his locker, which we already got. So let's just get on with this. Boom. There's that. Talk to him one more time.
What do you
Boom.
need?
Hey, you're a wonder, you are. Stick with me and we'll go far. Well, okay, stick with me and whatever. He's not leaving this place. So we lost the antidote. All these things are getting us all these little nickel dime experience points that we do split between all of our party members. So 50 experience, everybody gets 10 for that action.
Yes.
Okay, we're done with Dreppen.
It will be done.
This is the priest quarters. And once
The sun
again,
rises once more to cast our shadows on the land.
this is once more one of those we know everybody in town. And spoiler alert, there's a stranger in here.
Hello?
So, Shank does not seem to be as bright as Carbos. But anyway, oh goody goody, I've gone and found ye first. You are the ward of Gorion, no doubt. And of course, we're going to give him some kind of an arse of an answer because we don't know who this guy is. Never seen him before. I am. What can I do for you? I don't recognize you. Who are you and what are you doing here? Or leave me be. I have pressing matters I have to attend to. No, you know what? I don't recognize you. So who the halibut are you? Who I am is unimportant. Who you are is very important. I apologize for the dirty. You got to put a not so bright voice onto that. So anyway, he wants to kill us. So here we go again. Round 2. I'm not even going to put people on ranged weapons. We're just going to crump this guy with our quarterstaffs that we still have. And this will be an easy fight.
Get over here.
Somebody will hit him. There we go. We'll go ahead and pick up his dagger. But there are other things in this room. So Jared.
Yes?
And remember the tab button? Those are all the things that we can interact with. This
Easily done.
has a dagger in. I think this has a dagger. It's locked. Let's get that 10 experience. There's our dagger. This has nothing. This has, I think, 8 gold. Yep. This has a warhammer. So right away, I'm going to send
What is
Grecius
your will?
over to get
Fine.
that. So now he has his warhammer. And there is nothing in here. And that's all that's in this room.
What?
Get everybody.
Very well.
Leave. And this is Parta. Y'all should watch yourselves carefully. There's been some strange men asking about Grecius. Okay. Thanks. Thanks for the advice. I kind of like how they're all kind of lined up again. Kind of, it's like a King of the Hill thing. Yep. Uh-huh. Yep. Uh-huh. I don't know. If you're not familiar with King of the Hill, it's a cartoon out here.
Very well.
It's a cute one. Cute cartoon. Not cute-ish. It's more political than anything else, but anyway, that's where it's going. This is Philidia. And she's going to say, oh dear, I lost my book.
Hello there.
Hello there. Have you seen my copy of the History of Harua anywhere? You know, I can't stand the constant shuffling of arthritic feet in the library. So I thought I'd get a bit of fresh air just to the east of here. See, she doesn't even tell us that she was in the hay. So, yeah, Philidia, you are sus. Anyway, we got her book.
Hello there.
We'll give it to her. Boom. Oh, did we not get the book? Oopsies. Okay,
Speak.
everybody,
indeed.
backtrack. And the reason I'm taking everybody back over here is because I want everybody to share in the experience. If we only send a solo person over like Grecius, I don't know if the others will also share in the experience or not. Well, there's her book. Now let's go back to her. We'll give her her book. There's one more quest we need to do, and then we're getting out of Candlekeep. And
Hello there.
hello there. This one may or may not be charisma based, and the whole reason for that would probably be for the lynx eye gem. I don't know. Take that with a
Give
grain
me
of
a
salt.
task.
Okay, we're going to go down into the courtyard here. we got some preaching sages over here that are basically chanting the end of the world. Yeah, talking about the plague and everything. So if you want to listen to what they have to say, you know what? Just hang around for a while. We don't have time for that. Tethtoral is going to be right over here.
Greetings, young one.
So Firebead sent you, didn't he? Hasn't he? So anyway, return the scroll to him. But then we got to hurry up and speak with Gorion. He's waiting for you at the. So yeah, good deal. Okay, so he gave us a scroll, and I'm going to do some quick navigation here. Boom. We're going to go back to the inn. We're going to give the scroll to Firebead. Or if we had a mage in our party, an Identify scroll is one of the rarer first level scrolls that you can get. You don't have to give this to them. You can actually keep it for yourself, learn it, and then it goes in your scroll book or in your mage book, in which case you will now be able to identify. But because we can't use spells, I'm going to give it to him for the experience. It's either we give it to him for the experience or we sell it for 50 gold. And right now the experience is worth more to me than the gold is.
It's hard to find decent folk nowadays.
Yeah, we heard that many times. I'm glad to see that you've not hardened your blah, 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 old man. Take all the Identify scrolls. Yeah, like we got a lot of them, right? Anyway, I have great use for those. Here, let me cast a little spell on you to get you going. What was that? Protection from evil. And he gave us. Okay, so look at this. So for 50 gold, we actually got 50 experience, and we got another potion of healing. That protection from evil, it's not going to play a factor for where we're going. Do a little bit more quick navigation here. Take us right over to this point.
Fine.
Here, we're going to meet probably the third most annoying voice in the game.
Hey, it's me, Emmowen.
Yeah. Emmowen. You know what? Maybe I wouldn't even put her... Yeah. I'd probably say she's got the third most annoying voice. Anyway, so I'm surprised that old stuffy Gorion let you out of your studies and chores. So she already knows something is up. Do you have time for a story date? No, I know you don't. What's been up to? So we can say, I'm afraid I can't chat, little one. My foster father wishes me to prepare on a journey. Well, that's a pretty intelligent sentence, or couple sentences for a half-orc. Leave me be. I have no time to waste on you, child. Once again, why? Why would we choose that tone of voice when it's not necessary? Or we go with the little wimpy one here. I am afraid I can't talk to you or tell anybody what I'm doing. I gotta go. You should not tarry about either. Winthrop will want the beds turned. You know what? Who are we to tell her what to do? So I'm just going to say, I'm afraid I can't chat, little one. And you know what? She's a human. We're a half-orc. Yeah, she's a little bit out of her weight class here. Boom. Okay, little one, I'm not that much younger than you. Although you sure did get tall fast. Yeah, because I'm a half-orc. Okay. All right. I get the message. I'll ask if I can go. Okay. There's no way you can come. Gorion would never allow it. You would only slow us down. You know what? There's no way you can come. Gorion, as much as I always do this one. No, I just, for some reason, this one is leaning more towards my authoritatism. So, boom. Oh, I know. The old stick in the mud he is, all worried and nothing. Better go now. So here we go. Oh, right here. This is the part. No, okay. Better go now because you got a long way to travel. Oh, no, not that. I wouldn't know, especially since I didn't peek into his Mr. G, that's Gorian's private letters. No, sir. Better go now. Bye. So she already knows what's going on. And here we go. Wait for the rest of the party to gather about. Here they are. And this is Mr. OG himself, Gorian.
Oh, my child, I am glad I have found you.
So this is very unnerving, I know. You gotta trust me, it's important. You pack all your possessions and leave. Well, you know what? Oh, you know what? We never sold our stuff. Oopsies. Okay. We'll take it with us. I'm ready to go right now. And of course, you got these other dialogues here that if you did not equip yourself, as we did right in the beginning, you can go back to Winthrop and buy armor and weapons. But I'm ready to go now. Let's get it on.
Listen carefully. If we ever become separated, it is imperative that you make your way to the friendly
Oh my God, it's
Inn.
already
There
9:30.
you will meet Khalid and Jahira. They have long been my friends, and you can trust them.
I was hoping that we would be done already. I was hoping we'd be done at 10 o'clock, because that's what time I wanted.
The night can only get worse, so we must find shelter soon. Don't worry. I will explain everything as soon as there is time.
One gamer who streamed this
Wait,
made the
there is
comment.
something wrong. We are in an ambush. Prepare yourself.
You're perceptive for an old man. You know why I'm here. Hand over your ward and no one will be hurt. If you resist, it shall be a waste of your life.
There was another gamer who made the comment that they're going to be walking all night. Hurry now, we can't waste time. Or something about, I have no time to explain to you what's going on. He got all night to do it. So that wasn't my observation. That was actually another gamer. And anyway, you're perceptive for an old man. And this is that armored figure that's right here that's talking to us. More on him later.
You're a fool if you believe I would trust your benevolence. Step aside and you and your lackeys will be unhurt.
I'm sorry that you feel that way, old man.
Get out of here.
The dawn is especially cruel this morning. You awake with the realization that you have not been living some horrible dream. Ambushed, you saw Gorian cut down before your eyes, and even his powerful magic could not stop the onslaught. It was his wish that you flee, but that does not remove the feeling of helplessness that now overwhelms you. Hand over your ward, the armored fiend had said. He was after you and you alone, but why? If only Gorian had given some clue. But now you are alone and lost. Candlekeep is near, but you will find no quarter there. The readers pay for their serenity with rather draconian entry rules, and without Gorian's influence, their doors will remain closed. You will not last long on your own with your meager equipment. Perhaps you can get some help from the friends Gorian mentioned, the ones at the Friendly Arm.
Awesome. So basically, Friendly Arm Inn is our destination for episode 1.
Hey, it's me, Emmeline.
Sorry, I followed you, but I never get out of Candlekeep. Those monks are such a bore. Never any decency or decent coin in their pockets either. So there's your kind of hint as to what her class is right there. I saw Gorian, so sorry. Kind of figured something bad might happen out here. Oh, how could I have known? Brian didn't even tell me. I don't want you looking over my shoulder. Actually, I'm going to go with the first one only because the way I'm spinning this is now that she is going to be part of our group, I'm going to say that she ran a couple extra things out to us to help us in our journey. So there, she's now in our group. I am going to go ahead and select her. She comes with a short bow, which I'm going to give to Jared. There are the 40 more arrows that he needs to fill his quiver. We got 3 more potions of healing, which we're just going to go down the line and give each person 1. And this is oil of speed, which I am going to give to... I'll give it to Jared for now, even though we may not use it. And this is a wand of magic missiles that has 10 charges. And Bruja can use this item. So let's go ahead and fill that right there. You are going to equip yourself with the short bow now. And there are the 40 additional arrows. Give you potion of healing, oil of speed, and that's it for there. Potion of healing. The quick items you can actually use during interactions in this game, like combat and such. If it's down here, you're going to have to equip yourself with it, and then you can use it. So it's easier to just put these into quick items and then use them as soon as you need them. Here, I'm going to split these 2 up. I'm going to take 1, and I'm going to give 1 to Bruja. So now everybody has 1 potion of healing. The Warhammer. I am proficient. Right now with the quarterstaff, I need a 19 to hit something. Well, to hit somebody with an armor class of 0. Let's take a moment to discuss armor class 0. This is based on 1st edition Dungeons & Dragons, maybe 2nd edition. I like to consider it the 1st because that's what I grew up with. The lower your armor class, the more armored you are, or the better your defense. So if you are armor class 10, you're basically naked in this game. You have no armor, no defense. If you are an armor class of -10, you are a Sherman tank, and you're just running around with all kinds of armor and other protective devices. So with the quarterstaff, I need a 19 to hit armor class 0. If I put the hammer in there, now I need a 16. So that's where weapon proficiencies come in. I'm going to go ahead and just hand off these daggers and this jewelry to Jared just to open up this area here, because we're about to get into a treasure trove of items. Are we done with Emoen? Arrows, bow, yep, nothing else she can give us. We're done with her. Go ahead and reform party. Go ahead, remove Emoen. And
You're a queer fellow.
And that's the line that makes her the 3rd most annoying person in the game. Just like that. But we're friends, everything. Friends for years, I guess. Guess we'll just wait and see. So anyway, she's actually going to wait here for the game in case we ever want to come back and pick her up again. Which we don't. But she can hang out for us. Anyway, where we want to go is right up here to the ambush site. So I'm going to go ahead and quick navigation. There's Gorian's body. What I'm doing here is I'm looking for the items that got dropped. There's one. There's one. There's Gorion. So I want to park ourselves right in the middle
Simple enough.
of all the items. Oh, okay. Wow. Oh my gosh. Interesting. Okay, so you can see that we had items there. There's Gorion's body where he was cut down. And we got some items up here, and we got this little batch here. So because we got the diamond activated, we can see all the items that are on the ground. If we had that turned off, we would have to physically go to each of the spaces and pick it up. So here we're just going to do a quick sweep of everything. Okay, pick up everything, and now it's easier to distribute the stuff. I'm going to pause, otherwise our people get grumpy. And look at the items that we picked up. So we do have a longsword, which I knew we would get, and that's going to go to Goldfag because that's his proficiency. Another dagger for Jared. The note here, this is Gorion's note. Please forgive the abruptness, but this is basically the note that starts our quest. I'm not going to read it, but if you want to take some time and hit pause, you guys can do that. Despite my my desire to remain neutral, can't do it. In good. And should anything go awry, do not hesitate to seek aid from travelers along the way. So there's kind of your hint to look for NPCs along the way and bring them into your party, because a full party has a better survivability rate in this game than trying to do it solo. There are solo players out there, but they speed run the game, so you don't get all of the side quests that you would get with a full party. Good luck, and all we get is an initial E. If you know Forgotten Realms, you already know who E is. If you don't, you'll find out. And because you're our scroll caddy, you get that. We have an unidentified belt. I'll hold on to that for now. Once again, I know what it does. But if you don't, do not equip yourself with it. And here is a Morning Star. And if you remember our gold fag up here, not only, what am I trying to do here? I want to take a look at this. Not only was he proficient, no, wrong person. Not only is he proficient with the longsword, but the Morning Star right there, I did give him one blip. So now if we have any skeletons, he can go crump the skeletons as well. But notice I still put 2 in his longbow, because that is going to be his primary weapon. He is going to be the archer in our game, unless I need him for melee. Okay, what else do we have that we can divvy out? There's a second short bow, which we don't need, but I'll give it to Jared. You get that. And then we've got some leather armor, which we don't need. So my cleric, Raven, she normally carries my armor and ranged weapons. And Goldfag will carry my melee weapons. Jared is my jeweler, so he carries all the jewelry. And Bruja is our spell caddy. And then that's when we're out questing. That's how I distribute all of my items. And I'm going to go ahead and put this into your primary slot. I don't need this anymore. So I am going to keep it only in case I break these 2 items. And of course, that's going to go right there in case we have any skeletons to deal with. Let's move on. Now, so I don't have to come back to these areas, we're going to clear this entire region here just to get it over with. Because once you clear an area, there's no need to come back to it again unless you did not complete the quest. Now, another thing you can do is you can open up the areas around you. What I'm talking about here is going to the world map. This will tell you where we are on the map in the game. We're just outside of Candlekeep in this area. If we open up the north, it's going to tell us what's up here, but actually it won't tell us because we will not see this until chapter 5. I don't know if it's the end of chapter 4 or the beginning of chapter 5. So basically where we're going to go is we're going to start here. This is the coastway. Then we're going to go to the Lion's Path, Lion's Way, whatever over here. And then we're going to go north to Friendly Arm. After we go to Friendly Arm, then we're going to start going south. Here's Baragost. And further south, Nashkel, the Nashkel Mines, and Carnival. We will not be able to get to there until we actually complete our quest here. So, oops. Let's go back to game. And oops, let's go back to there. And once again, if you try to open it up, it doesn't show anything up here. Okay.
Simple enough.
Counterclockwise. Doesn't really matter because we are going to clear this entire region. This is just an easy pathway that I've always done. When you're exploring like this, just opening up the Fog of War, it's pretty boring. And there's not... Wow, it's getting windy outside. There's not much going on around here until you actually get an encounter. And there's no reason for us to fear anything in the first couple areas. I mean, our party right now is probably stronger. Look at this. We got a bear here. But you know what? Even though the bear is friendly, we are going to go medieval on the bear because just for the spin of it, we need bear meat for our travels. So we are going to go aggro on the bear by initiating combat here. Oops, stop. This is why we have ranged weapons. So you...
What is your will?
Ranged weapon. You...
Spit it out.
Ranged weapon.
I listen.
Ranged weapon.
What?
Ranged weapon. Ranged weapon. Now...
What?
We can go aggro on the bear.
Suffer in my storm.
Okay. It auto-paused because once you go aggro, it turns into an enemy. And that's how easy we can drop a bear.
Mm. Simple enough.
Wow, this wind is something else. They did say it was going to be a windy day today. I mean, in some areas, it's going to be 40-mile-an-hour gusts. We usually don't get that strong of gusts down here. Close that so it doesn't bother us anymore. And like I said, right now, this is just me being anal and clearing out the Fog of War. This is Chase right here. He's a noble. Part of me just wants to deck him, but he's got his own issues right now. He wants to jump.
Don't touch me. I might catch something.
See, so just for saying that, I kind of want to clock this guy right away. But you know what? Don't touch me. Don't come any closer. I'll jump. Yeah, you heard me. I'll do it too. So don't come any closer again. And don't try to stop me. Okay. No, by all the gods, don't do such a thing. There's so much to live for, or by all means, jump if you must. More air for the rest of us. And yeah, there's my orky neutral evil response. Jump. How could you be so callous? I am obviously in pain here. Have you no care for my needs? Oh my god. There's the entitled Karen in the game. Of course not. No one does. Not Mumsy, not Dadums, not Jeeves. I'll bet they'd be glad to see me gone. And then, then he basically goes on, well, you know what? Actually, maybe not. Life is too good. And he goes on. And you know what? We don't take any reputation bump for any of that. So, you know what? Screw them. Let them jump for all we care. Some of you are saying, hey, that's the wrong game. Yeah, you're right. But for my students that have had me in class, they know that that is my happy jingle. So I always tell my students they're going to have one of two people in class. And I usually started off with how many of you guys know who Snow White is? How many of you know Snow White's 7 little friends? Well, you're going to have one out of 2 of those friends here. You're either going to have the happy dwarf, and yes, I am using a politically incorrect term for that. However, if it's good enough for Disney, it's good enough for me. So you're either going to have the happy dwarf or you're going to have the grumpy dwarf. And of course, the students always prefer to have the happy dwarf because that just makes our classroom that much more fun. So once again, just clearing some fog of war. We got us a wolf right here. So we're going to go ahead and hopefully down this wolf, which we're not going to be able to do. So what I'm going to do now is I am going to have Grecius step forward with his warhammer and stop the wolf from coming at our party. And I'm going to back up Jared.
Easily done.
And I'm going to back up...
Is there danger? Yes.
Raven. They're in combat, so these 2 that we backed up can go back into attack mode. And the wolf is down. 65 more experience.
If you insist.
Now, down here, these selections right here are for your party's formation. Notice I picked the triangle here that is spaced apart. My reason for doing that is so I get the widest sweep to clear the fog of war, rather than going down in double file. And there's a second bear that's on this map.
What is your if you insist?
I'm going to put some space between the bear and us. And once again, we are going to go aggro. On this one, everybody has their ranged weapons. So select everybody, select aggro, and let's light this guy up.
Get over here.
And that is that. Man, we dropped him before he could even turn into enemy. And there's 175 experience for that. Another thing we could do in this game that's probably highly recommended for later game is whenever you pick up a good chunk of experience, always hit save. If you hit the Q, that is quick save. And because if something does happen to your party, you don't want to lose the experience that you have gained. And you'll be able to redo whatever actions it was. Now, you do need to pre-plan that, because once you're in combat like this, it's too late. I'll hit Q right now, and it says you cannot save. Monsters are about. So, yeah, we knew that. Anyway, he's down. That was a gibberling. Or gibberling, however you want to pronounce it. And they're simple things. You almost feel sorry for taking them down. Now, the diseased ones will sometimes carry a little bit of a reward, but the basic gibberlings, they have nothing on them. Okay, what we're doing here is like I said, we're just clearing some fog of war. If I go over here to open this up, it's actually going to open up this over here. Is it going to tell us what it is? No. But see, friendly arm is unreachable until we actually get to this region. Which will happen soon enough. Just some dude over here. I don't interact with every person in the game. But usually what they do is they give you some tips about the area. Spoiler alert, this tree right here has a hidden...
Speak.
The tree has a hidden diamond.
Very well.
In it. And that's 500 gold pieces right there.
Yes. Very well.
Continuing south, this is Czar and Monteron. Now, they are... I'm going to just let the cat out of the bag here. They are chaotic evil. And the reason to justify being a reputation chaser in this game, even though Monteron has no respect for good deeds, Czar comes across... Oh, what we did here by opening up the south was we opened up High Hedge right here. But we're not leaving the area yet. This is Coalsled right here.
If you insist.
And Coalsled, he's just basically telling us about Czar and Monteron. He said, hey, there's a couple people up on the road. They don't look as hospitable as us, but I should talk to them anyway. And we can either, stand away from me. I have very little trust left because of what happened last night. I'm not going to waste any time on you. Once again, why? Why would I have to be so ruthless? Could you help me? My foster father and I were attacked. Now I'm not sure where to go. Woe is me. I would have your assistance. I was ambushed at night, and I require whatever you can give. I like that answer because that is a very authoritative response. Or, you saw two people in the woods. I was told to meet some friends. And you know what? We already know that these are probably not them because these guys are a touch more or inhospitable. So... Anyway, I would have your assistance. So anyway, I have little to give you besides advice and goodwill. Make friends where you can. Traveling alone is almost a certain death. You'll want to surround yourself with like-minded companions. So if we were to take companions in this game, we would probably go for either the neutral or the evil alignments. Because if you mix too much good with too much evil, you're going to have an inter-party conflict. And yes, party members do fight with each other in this game. So anyway, he's basically saying there's a couple people up on the road. Luck be with you. Thanks for nothing, or to you as well. I'm going to say to you as well, because I have nothing against this guy. I mean, we've got... Why would he give us reason to have anything against him? Another gibberling here. A diseased one. Okay, let's drop him.
Get over here.
Boom, there he goes. And unfortunately, he's got nothing on his possession. We're just going to clean up this last little bit of fog of war here. And I didn't realize we're going to go this high. Probably should have talked to Czar and Montaron right away.
Death comes for you.
Oh, he's dead. Good. We'll go back and talk to him before we leave this map. Okay, so we've basically cleared the entire region. Let's go back down and have a talk with these two. And we'll bring them into the party. We'll take their stuff, and then we're going to let them go. Now, it's very important to watch the dialogue that Czar has with you. And by the way, Czar is the second most annoying voice in this game.
Montaron, you are so aggravating. Tis disturbing to my demeanor.
Okay. Czar is a nutcase, to put it bluntly. So, hold, Montaron, this young wayfarer is in need. Someone has set about, stranger, and ye barely escaped with your life. Aye, Czar, looks to have been roughed up quite a bit. I don't know if a hobbit would actually talk like, or a halfling would actually talk like that, but indeed, I can offer you healing potions if you wish as a token of goodwill. So now we have a chaotic, evil person offering us potions as a token of goodwill. I'll be grateful for any assistance. See, you can actually make the nicest dialogue sound as evil as you want. I prefer to be on my own, or I don't know who you are, or I don't want your help. No, I want assistance. Boom. Nothing to fear from these simple potions. I'll not even hold you in debt, although you're conscious, no otherwise. So, he is going to give us a potion of healing. Continue. Perhaps as payment, we'll go with them to Nashkel. So they want to go to Nashkel, and then here's where we first start hearing about the mines and the iron. And actually, they are recognized in Nashkel. So if you choose to take them as your party members, the mayor who you're going to speak with down there will recognize these two. So anyway, we're going to tell him, yeah, we'll go with you, but we have to go meet some people first. Will you go with us? And we've precious little time, but it's best to go accompanied. And they're really going to hammer that in. We'll go with you. You owe us for it, though, so yeah, right. So now they're going to join our party, but in order to get both of them in, we need to remove one person. Usually the person I pull out of the party is Bruja, but I'm actually going to pull Jared out. And because Bruja is going to be picking up a few spells here. So the first thing we're going to do is see what Czar has on his possession.
Something troubling you?
And he's got a dagger, which can go to... I'll take that. A couple more spells here, which are going to go to Bruja. And that basically cleans out Czar. And we did pick up a couple gold pieces also. Now, Montaron, he's got a short sword, which is actually going to go to Jared. Another oil of speed, which will go to Jared. And a potion of healing. He's also got some studded leather armor, which will actually sell for some coin. And now we've cleaned him out. So what we're going to do now is reform the party again. We're going to dump these two. And
your voice is ambrosia.
You're letting me go, but we have shared so much, so many good times. Truly a sad day indeed. Goodbye. And so sad. Blah, 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 blah. All that rot. Come along, Monteron. You are my counterpart, and we shall not be separated. So that basically tells you that both of them are going to leave. And now we are going to have a talk with...
What is your will?
Jared.
Quickly, now.
And yeah, we want you back in. Trade places. There you go. And you know what?
What?
Whoa, what? That's good dialogue there. We're ready to go. Let's get out of here.
You insist.
Okay, now we're going to go here.
Oh, there, wanderer. Stay thy course a moment to indulge an old man.
Okay, so now, if you haven't guessed by now, this is E right here, also known as Elminster in the Forgotten Realms. This guy is basically a lower deity level mage in the game. Don't mess with him. Don't go aggro and expect to walk away. Ho there, wanderer, stay thy course a moment to indulge an old man. It's been nigh unto the 10 days since I've had a soul walk. This guy is just full of flip-flop dialogue here. Since he's had decent conversations, travel nowadays appears to be the domain of either desperate or deranged. If you don't matter my asking, which one are you? So, he is almost tempting an attack, which don't want to do. Oh, by the way, with Czar and Monteron, you can attack them. You can go aggro on them, and you will not take any bump in reputation. You'll get a couple experience points for taking them out. But you know what? We're still early in the game. Why would I want to? Not to imply anything, but how do you measure up to your own standards? Pestering strangers about their mental state doesn't seem all that well adjusted to me. A fair bit desperate, actually. Might you know the way to the Friendly Arm Inn? I was told to meet some friends there. I'm not stupid to listen to strangers in the middle of nowhere, no matter how infirm they appear to be. Off with you. You know what? For this one, I'm going to go with the first, because we're kind of countering him with, okay, how do we measure up to our standards? How do you measure up to your standards? Boom. Point well taken. And thou hast answered my query most adequately. I shall think of thee as determined instead. I shall trouble thee no more. Thou art the capable, blah, blah, blah. I had trustworthy friends awaiting at the Friendly Arm Inn. Awesome. So, what we're going to do here, we're going to clear this area just so we don't have to come back to it again. There's a rock up here, which is right here, that you see there's something in. So, we're going to grab what is in there, and it's a ring. Now, notice it is blue in hue, which means it is magical. And once again, if you don't know what it does, don't equip yourself with it. I do know what it does, and I will equip myself with it. What it does, it is a +1 ring of protection. So it took us down to a -1 armor class without the ring, 0 with the ring, -1. Might as well open this up, give some more stuff to Jared, since he's our thieving pack mule. Okay, we've got a couple more potions here. I'm going to go ahead and take one, and then we'll drop the next one to the next one in line. Go ahead, stack it, and down here, what do we got? Short sword. Not yet. We are not proficient with the short sword yet. But because I am not going to see any... Screw it. I'll keep it. Since I'm not going to see any hand-to-hand melee combat with Jared, it actually wouldn't hurt him if we kept or sold that.
Speak.
Okay, what I'm going to do now is we're actually going to go around clockwise to clear this region. Don't ask me why. It's just what I do. And then that way, once we're done with this region, we never have to come back. So we know if we go this way, we're going to go back to where we came from. This is going to open passage to the Friendly Arm Inn. But before we go there...
Indeed.
We're going to clear this region.
Hello, pal.
Okay, this is however you want to pronounce that. Aeolin. He's basically just telling us keep our voices down, and then he's going to tell us about what kind of animals are around here. For this case, what should I be wary of? Well, gibberlings, you know, blah, 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 blah. Wolves have been around this area. And then he says, don't go traveling without a group.
Indeed.
Which is sage advice. Don't travel without a group. I know there's nothing up here, which is why I'm running Grecius out in front of everybody. I mean, he does naturally go faster than the others because he is a barbarian. We're going to open up this area, which is Larswood. Not going there for a while. And
fine.
Let's go in and get out of this area. Going to go a little further to the south. And we got a couple gibberling things here. Boom, one's down. Boom, two are down. They're not carrying anything on them. So we're not getting anything. Would have been nice to get a couple gold pieces. But, no. Come on, guys. We're only clearing this area out because of my anal retentiveness. There actually is nothing back here. But I like to clear as much of the map as possible. Just because it's pretty. If that is a reason. And that's as far as we can go here. You'll see that everything around us is inaccessible.
The sun rises once more to cast our shadows on the land.
Yeah, for some reason they like to travel in the dark. I don't like the dark. Come on, drop them. There we go. Perfect. Wow, I held out to the last minute on that one. I'm running up high here just so we can clear this cliff area here. This is going to be another area where we're not going to clear everything, but I at least want to give it an effort to clear as much as possible. If you're not familiar with this game, this right here, well, oops. This would have been a good area to quick save because we got an ogre down here. This is probably the most dangerous enemy that we are encountering right now. Well, right now, obviously, but I mean, since we started, this is probably the most dangerous. We got two choices. We try to take it down from a distance, And if we can't take it down from a distance, we either A, engage it in hand-to-hand at this point, or B, we can run away from it and try to take it down with arrows and stones. But, you know what? I'm going to engage this thing. So Grecius is going to take his Warhammer, and he's actually going to rush out there and stop him from getting to our group. Oh my gosh, and he just got clocked. Ouch. So, wow. Now you see what I mean about danger. I'm hoping we survive this because I don't want to replay this. This is actually forcing me to use one of my potions of healing that should kick in before this thing swings at me again. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to take a potion of healing. And hopefully I gain 8 points before this thing clocks me again. There it is. Now, we've got a choice. Do we want to stay in combat with this, or do we want to give us some distance? After a beating,
what is your
or
will?
I could say a shellacking like that, I'm going to try to put some distance between us.
It will be done.
So we're going to run. Now, this might seem to be a cowardly act, but here's the thing. That ogre cannot hit us if we put some distance between us. You're going back to your missile weapon, and now we take this guy down from a distance. Let's come up on him.
Fine.
We're going to take all of his items. And I'm not going to do anything with those items. We're just going to keep them for now. And let's finish our clearing of the Fog of War. Wow. I got to admit, I wasn't planning on taking a pounding like that.
If you insist.
I insist. Okay, these little blue Smurf things here, these are Zarts. And they're a little tougher than Gibberlings, but
the slaughter is nigh.
They still go down rather easy. Especially when you've got an OP group like we have. And right now we're still in that phase where we're collecting every piece of what do you want to call it, treasure that we can find. Just because there's a lot of things that I want to purchase early on. And actually at the Friendly Arm Inn, we're going to find one of the most expensive items in the game. Okay, going south, this opened up Baragost, where we're not going to right now. Like I said, we want to clear this area first.
Very well.
But after we're done with the Friendly Arm Inn, Baragost is our next destination. We are kind of playing along the storyline here. This was the original caravan that, oh, there we go, probably in the chat window. This is the original caravan from the original game. They did add one more with a little storyline behind it. But if you do check this one out, there's actually two things that you can check. We got this right here, which has some gold. And then you got this little chest here, which has nothing.
Speak indeed.
And there's also an NPC whose job it is to hire mercenaries to guard these caravans. And if we choose to take him along, which we might do, just because we can come back up to this area and see what his quest is.
We live to see another dawn.
Yeah, you say that, but you really got close to not seeing that. Gibberling.
You didn't see that.
That really is a nice feature. I like that they put that enemy paused into the game, only because it gives you an opportunity to react to how you want to deal with the combat. And myself being a micromanager, I pause a lot. As a matter of fact, I pause so much, I think I drive people nuts with the amount of pausing I do. But I'm also a strategist where I like to strategically plan out everything that I do. So either you can relate to what I'm saying or you'll have no clue as to what I'm saying. Boom, that was simple. See, right now we're just picking up nickel dime experience points. Those are 35 experience each. And once you divide 35 between 5 people, each person is basically getting 6, maybe 7 experience points for every one of those we take out. Yeah, so it's nickel dime stuff, but it's all good. It's easier to take out the nickel dime stuff now than it is to come back. Uh-oh, this guy's going to get us. So you are going to go to that weapon. You are going to go to that weapon. And we might actually lose.
Give me a task.
Somebody here. You know what I'm going to try to do here? I'm going to see if these 4 can outrun this thing going this direction.
Right, what's this then?
While you engage like that. Perfect.
Go on then.
And attack.
Death will come swiftly over you.
Suffer in my storm.
Now, we were taking a chance because we're not at full hit points here. That
what is your
wolf
will?
Could have worked us over.
Simple enough.
If that wolf would have gotten a good hit on us, we could have gone down. But fortunately, we didn't. I mean, I'm even considering right now healing Grecius up to full level. Just in case one of those random encounters takes us out. Are you Grecius?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you are. There we go. Everybody?
Speak.
Take it out.
Death will come swiftly over you.
Come on, guys, hit him. Wow. Seriously?
And now what? Consider it done.
There we go. Wow. That was interesting. It's almost like they were out of the arc of attack, which this game really doesn't have because you can turn your people on the dime. This is the added caravan, and actually one of these people here are the son or stepson of a noble person, a duke or an earl that's up in Baldur's Gate. So we're going to just go ahead and grab this stuff. None of this is really related to that person, but we're going to grab it.
Yes.
Just because we like to loot things. Once again, it probably would be to my best interest to do a save, just because you never know what you're going to encounter.
Get over here! Get over here!
Will they automatically go to that next one? Yeah, some of them will. Well, interesting.
You look troubled.
Okay. Interesting. Where's Gracious? There you are.
What is your will?
I want you to crump this thing. And you know what? Since
listen.
you're in hand-to-hand, you may as well use that weapon. Oh, it's down.
What?
That's simple.
I will carry no more!
All right, now it's time to do some simple inventory management. Since I'm full from slots down here, all of the jewelry, let's see if this has a name to it, just gold ring. All the jewelry goes to the thief, Jared. And the reason I'm doing this is, I mean, not for the jewelry, because jewelry has the same price wherever you go, but your items are important. Because when you go to sell the items, you want to stack them all on one person. For instance, short swords. Give all the short swords to one party member. And the reason for that is because then you'll get the maximum coin for that item. If you have Gracious with 4 short swords and Jared with 3, Gracious is going to get top dollar for his, but when Jared goes to sell his short swords, they're going to be at a reduced cost. I'm going to go ahead and top off my arrows and then pass it down to the next person. And I may as well give that to you since you're carrying weapons. And now we've got 3 magical girdles or belts. I do know what all of them are. I'm not going to touch them right now. And now we can actually, Jared.
What? Where would I put that?
Okay, so he is out
Your
of
command?
things. So he is going to give all of his swords to Goldfag. You know what? He can keep the daggers. The daggers are always going to be worth 1 wherever you go. And you know what? Yeah, that's good. Dagger. Top you off like that. And looks good. Looks good. Okay. Boom. And now you can pick that one. Actually, you can pick up both of these. A gem. Oh, no, we don't want you to have the short sword.
Spit it out.
You get it. Okay. You know what? Quick save. There we go. I'm talking about it so much. You know,
Fine.
You heard about all talk and no action. Well, there you go. I just actioned my talk. Come up this little hill. You got somebody with the longest name in the world standing up here who we're not going to engage with. Or he may be a little further to the south. Clear that. Clear that. We're almost...
I prefer to work in the dark.
Yeah, most evil people would say that, especially if you're a thief. I realized when I first ran a party of half-orcs, I called them my murder hobos. I kind of misled it in the title. It wasn't clickbait. It was done accidentally, where I said it's a party of murder hobos. We never really did murder anybody, and we're not hobos. But in this game, I want to be clear, even though we are neutral evil, we're not stupid. So we are going to play an intelligent game. It might not get us the best results every time, but it's still going to give us enough good results that we can achieve a heroic reputation. And you know what? Not all heroes in the world are good people.
Speak.
This might be an oxymoron, but there is such thing as an evil hero. Travel. Uh-oh. We're going to the friendly arm now. There it is in all of her majesty. First thing we're going to do is go east until we find us a pine tree. Because Grecius caught something out of the corner of his eye right down, and this is going to be, there it is. This is very difficult to find because it's like 1 pixel. And this, my friends, is ever memory. One of the most valuable items in the game. And now here comes the humor behind it. We can't use it. And the reason we can't use it is because we don't have a mage that would benefit from the attributes of the ring. But what we will do is enter the friendly arm in. And because we've already been running for a couple hours, seems like, I'm going to go ahead and just cut to the chase. We're going to go right to the entrance of this place. And I think once we enter the friendly arm in, we're going to call it the episode. But before we enter, there is one obstacle we have to overcome. And that is... There's our entrance. What I'm doing right now is I'm lining up our formation. When you get to this point right here, just before you get onto the gravel, quick save. Boom. Because Tarnish is up here. I believe that's his name. He's a mage. He's a bounty hunter. And there is a bounty out. Oh, spoiler, there's a bounty out on us. What I normally do at Tarnish up here is I will engage him with missile weapons before he even turns, like we did with the people back in the Candlekeep. I'll already start plugging away at him before he even knows what hits him. But for the people not familiar with this, I'm going to go ahead and play out the dialogue and how you would normally deal with this if you did not know who this was. So the first thing I'm going to do here is she is going to cast Bless on... Oh, we never looked at what spells she has. She has Bless, she has Command, and she has Cure Light Wounds. So we are going to go ahead and cast Bless on our group. Perfect. Now pause, because this is a very short spell. It only lasts for a couple rounds, maybe. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to advance. Oh man, probably should have healed him. I'm going to advance Grecius up the stairs to get the dialogue going here.
Fine. Hi, friend.
So, hi, friend. Not seen you here in a while. What brings you to the Friendly Arm Inn? And here we can say, not much really, just a worn out traveler looking to rest. I'm here to meet some friends, or I am not your friend and my business is my own. We can use that tone of voice on him. How rude. No, really, utterly rude of you. I'll teach you a lesson in manners. And implies that, okay, but that implies you're going to live. If I weren't going anywhere, I'd kill you just for being uppity. Well, you know what? Bring it on, dude. So he turns hostile, and now it's on. So everybody is going to go into attack mode on him.
Yes.
Raven is going to cast her command spell on him. And Bruja is going to use a magic missile. And the only purpose for this magic missile is to disrupt any spell he wants to cast. So it's a draw, see who gets it off first. Okay, it is down, and just like that, he's taken out. That went really well. So what we're going to do here, are you within range? Yeah, you are. So this is our bounty notice. Be it known to all of evil intent that there's a bounty on my head. Last seen in Candlekeep. Returning is going to get you 200 gold pieces. As always, reveal the plans, and you're going to join the target in the fate. So right now, our head is worth 200 gold. That's important because what happens in the later game. So she's going to keep the bounty, and she's going to pick up all these scrolls, even though we can't use them, and the gold. So we're done with him.
What is your will?
Let's go ahead and enter the friendly arm-in.
Indeed.
You must gather your party before venturing forth.
Okay, first thing we're going to do is talk to this individual right here. He is a plant in the game from the Enhanced Edition. This is Dorn. If you want to bring Dorn into your game, you have to have this dialogue with him.
Indeed.
It's about time. Bring me another flagon of ale.
So, here we can bring him into the game. He will not join us at this point, but I think you've mistaken me for somebody else. I am not your servant. Get your own ale. That's a half-orc response.
Then why do you bother me? Be gone.
So this is the conversation between two half-orcs here. Nothing would please me more. So now we have interacted with Dorn.
Good to meet a
I
fine
don't know
sod
if that
such as
actually
yourself.
shows up in our journal. Can't stand the way the roads are cut off these days. Me, uncle's in Baldur's Gate, and I can't get there to see him. Why are the roads cut off? Where have you been these past few months? You know what? I just want to end this dialogue. Well, for your sake and mine, I hope the roads will clear up soon. So there we go. Ended that dialogue. Now, did Dorn go into our... No, it didn't. So we got Zarin Montaron, and that's it. We're still in chapter 1. Okay, very well. There goes our bless spell. First thing we're going to do,
speak.
Jared's
Very
going to
well.
go into the kitchen because he's nosy. And he's going to notice that in the spice rack is potion of healing. Grab it. Now, everybody else is going to come over here.
Enough.
And we're going to have a talk with Khalid and Jahira. These are the two that we were supposed to meet here.
How long must we wait here? Things stir to the south as we sit.
These are actually two good NPCs to bring into the game. Doggone it, we should have looked at Zarin Montaron. We'll do it with these guys. Good. This is the most annoying person in the game, Khalid. He's a stutterer. We're definitely friends of your adopted father. We have to assume the worst. He would want us to accompany you. If he's passed, we share your loss. Gorion did, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to go ahead and leave you guys to read that. We will travel with you. So, journals updated, friendly arm in. Your company is welcome. And, of course, we are going to bring them in. Only so we can...
Quickly, now.
...take some of the things that they want to donate to us on the trip. For instance, Khalid has a longsword that he's going to give to us. He's got some splint, which is going to upgrade his armor. He's got another helmet that will sell for 1 gold. He's got a shield that will sell for 1 gold. And another potion of healing. I'm just going down the line with these others. Okay, he's got nothing else to give us. Jaheira. Jaheira has a potion of giant strength here. And potion caddy will carry that. That'll get us a gold piece. Staves aren't worth anything in the game. And that's that. That's as much as we're going to get from them. Let's reform. Let's drop them. No, you know what? Let's look at them. So here we go. This is Khalid. And Khalid is a level 1. He is a half-elf fighter of good, neutral good alignment. He is proficient with a longsword, an axe, and a long bow. He is probably going to be your second best archer in the game. And especially if you give him the gauntlets that are going to make him a marksman. And of course, you will be able to raise his dexterity also. As a fighter, he gets a little bonus from the 17 constitution and 15 strength. He's above average, but he's not great. And Jaheira is a female half-elf druid fighter, so she's multi-classed. And as a druid, she has to be true neutral. That is the only alignment that she can be. 15 strength, once again, it's above average. It's decent for a fighter. I'm not going to call it good. Her dexterity of 14, no bonuses there. Constitution is 17, slight bonus for that. Intelligence 10, average. Wisdom 14. Don't know if she needs that 13 for a druid or not. And for a 15, she would make a pretty good front person. A communicator for your charisma-based things, because you can further increase this with spells. You can cast friends upon somebody, and that will... I don't know if casting friend on her will increase this, or if you cast it on the innkeeper. But either way, it'll work. But anyway, those are Jaheira. Oh, by the way, her proficiency is with quarterstaff, club, and sling. Reform, remove them, because we're not taking them with us. If you were playing this game, say in canon state, you would probably bring those along for your good party. Okay, we have just finished talking to them. We've taken everything. We have removed them, and now we need to bring Jared back. Jared, yes, back into the party.
Attention.
Boom. And you know what? This is actually a good place to call it the game. So, if you are watching me on Twitch, please hit the follow button. If you're watching me on YouTube, please hit subscribe. If you do either of those things, please tell 10 of your family, friends, and pets about my channels. That is plural. There's also Grumpy Gnome Fishing for the anglers in your family. If you don't know 10 family, friends, and pets, tell 5 of them twice. If you don't know 5 family, friends, and pets, go out, buy yourself a giant space hamster. Name the hamster Boo. If you get the reference, leave a comment below. If you don't get the reference, keep watching my Baldur's Gate streams, for we will meet Boo. I'm also on Facebook and Discord. You guys can hit me up there. I am trying to hit 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year. I have been on this for 3 years now. I have plateaued around 630. And doggone it, I would love to hit 1,000 subscribers. So please, please, please help spread the word. Get it out there. 3 years is a long time to do this without any other reward than just putting content out there for the people who appreciate what I'm doing. I would really love it if YouTube would show a little appreciation as well, especially for a starving guest teacher. All right, man, let's go ahead and do the quick save here. Cha-ching, there it is. And that's it. I am Grumpy Gnome. I'm out of here. 5, 4, 3. Take care, everybody. We'll see you in episode 2. Bye-bye.